What's good everybody, and welcome to my first look at Train Valley 2. Train Valley 2 is a simulation strategy game that just recently went into early access, featuring charming low polygon graphics and gameplay that is quite reminiscent of Mini Metro. Let's see if Train Valley 2 is something you should keep your eye on. While Mini Metro is a train simulation puzzle game that focuses heavily on reactionary gameplay, Train Valley 2 is all about puzzle solving through planning. The major premise of each level is to deliver goods and personnel to different locations. You may find yourself moving raw material from point A to point B, and then once that raw material is turned into a real product, you'll be moving it from point B to elsewhere. It's all about logistical planning, and if you're into figuring out the most efficient way to perform a certain task, this game will be right up your alley. In order to succeed, you'll need to figure out how to best utilize the resources you're given. Each level will start you off with some gold and a few trains. It's up to you to decide which tasks to take on first, which train routes to build, and how everything will play out from then on. As you begin completing tasks, you'll gain more gold, upgrade your trains, and build more routes. And that's when things start to get interesting. It won't take long before stations will have trains coming and going at roughly the same time, and the game starts to get more difficult because each station can only have a singular entry and exit point. You'll need to be able to manage trains so that they don't collide into one another. If a collision does occur, you'll lose both trains and the cargo it's carrying. Though you can repair the trains, it'll set you back significantly, and if you get to a point where you don't have the money to repair your trains, then restarting the level will be your only option. Though the game may seem pretty straightforward in the beginning when you're only managing one raw material and one finished product at once, it quickly gets complex when you have to manage multiple supply chains. This is where you'll have to start micromanaging your trains and tracks. It's very important to keep track of which directions your routes go and which trains will arrive in what order. Failure to properly control this will result in devastating crashes. As you can tell, I'm not exactly the best at this game, and though the game may look simple on the surface, it is deceptively difficult. The one thing you should know before you buy the game is that it really isn't a roller coaster tycoon type of game, even though the game description describes it as a train tycoon game. I was under the assumption that I would be building a railway empire from the ground up, but this really isn't the case. Each level is independent from one another, and there isn't any business simulation element to the game at all. Just make sure you know what you're getting into. There are currently only 20 levels available right now, but the developers are promising 50 levels when the game officially launches. There's also full mod support for players to create their own levels, and that's always a welcome addition, especially for these types of games, as it will no doubt extend the longevity of the title. Even in its current early access stage, the game runs fantastically and all the core mechanics work well. I didn't encounter any bugs at all and had an overall good experience. If you're up for the challenge, love puzzle solving and microing to keep you on your toes, this is a game that should definitely be on your radar. Thank you guys for tuning in, and if you liked the video, hit the thumbs up button as it really helps the channel out. If you want more game reviews and first looks, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future content. That's all from me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.